Welcome back, guys. We're back on the Mustang here, 66. I got the leg burner 3000 on, so it's a little loud in here, so bear with me. I've been busy working on this stuff, welding all this in versus being bolted in like it was, and I am being very lazy about it. Okay, I've welded all of this here. Some of it is not solid weld, it's all spot welded, but all the way down. Some of it I just tacked. This is all tacked in here. I didn't put anything on the other side of it, and I'm not going to. The welds don't look great, but they're welded. I've got this sat outside and it rained, so I gotta clean this up. But I've got these in, got my trunk latch in, that one's in. Ignore the bolts. I gotta pull this tank back out because it's kind of in the way, but it's in there so I can see where everything needs to sit. I'm not doing anything about that. I'm gonna fill it full of seam sealer, and I don't care. Same thing with this here. I might put a bolt in it, or maybe I'll tack it and then fill it full of seam sealer. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. But I gotta clean all of this junk out. All of this rust down here is actually, I don't know if I can show you guys from my deck lid. I need a new one. Probably not gonna find one, so we're gonna run with it. All of this in here is not getting tacked. I'm gonna seam seal it. Don't care. Same thing on this side. Seam sealer. I'm gonna get this all done, drop the tank back in after I clean all this out. I'm not gonna bore you with you watching me do that. That bolt's staying there. That bolt's staying there. I'll get back with you guys when that's done, and then I have something special going on with this car. All right, we're back. She is all sealed up. Everywhere all these new panels meet an old panel, and the new panel meets a new panel. It's all sealed up. I told you I was leaving that bolt, and apparently I'm leaving that one and that one because I forgot about them. But it's fine. It's not hurting anything. She's all sealed up. Now I gotta wait for 38 days for this stuff to dry. And I can put the tank back in. I'm just gonna set it in there. I'm gonna have to pull it back out. I got an electric fuel pump on the way, and I have a bunch of engine parts on the way to do something special with this. So I got a spot in the passenger side front floor pan I gotta fix too. There's 2 or 3 rust holes in there, so I'm gonna patch those up. And again, I'm not gonna bore you with actually doing it. I'll show you before and after. I gotta clean the car out, as you can tell. Well, you probably can't tell. I have made this a storage unit, so I gotta clean all of this out before I can get to that floor. So, like I said, I'm not gonna bore you with actually doing it. I'll show you before and after. Alright, so while I'm waiting on that seam sealer to cure, and then I can just cover it in paint, I'm gonna do the right thing and just use a spray paint can on the whole car. Don't care. While I'm waiting on that, and too lazy to clean out the car right now, I'm gonna take this hood off and work on pulling this junk 302 and 3-speed out. So let's go ahead and do that. Of course. So I've already started taking a lot of this apart, and the day I was doing that I ran out of time. I'm gonna take the factory AC stuff, which I've already taken most of it, but I gotta take this compressor off, and I'm gonna try to keep these lines with it as much as I can. Actually, that might not be possible. I'm gonna take the AC compressor and the AC condenser, and I'm gonna throw them in the shed with the rest of the AC related things. The distributor and the carb are sitting in the car. I tried to take the alternator off, or generator on this, and the bolt is corroded inside the generator, and I gotta cut that whole thing off. So it's gonna stay there, and this whole 302 and 3-speed are going to the scrap pile. Don't care. So first things first, let's finish taking all this wiring apart. Why can't it be the same size on both sides? Before I forget, better put these hood bolts back in the hood, or I'll throw them in a box and never see them again. By the way, if anybody watching knows where I can find a hood, a deck lid, and a passenger fender, I'm actively looking for those. So if you got one you want to sell, send me a message. Corroded. A terrible splice. A wire that goes nowhere. Sure. This. No, I think this went to the choke. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Maybe just through a different hole. You know, this is all junk. And I have a whole new harness put in here. So I'm just gonna cut this. And just like that, harness is removed. And then I got I don't even know what's going on here. Does this? Sure. I don't know what this is. Is that AC related? I don't know. I hope that's not supposed to be a rubber hose. Oh, rubber over aluminum. Okay. So wiring is deleted aside from this wire that can just be fed back in here. Is that why the quads quit working? I don't know. And then this wire that I'm just gonna cut. There we go. Next, I gotta go underneath the car. Well, yeah, I gotta go underneath the car. I gotta take the collector bolts out and get what pipe is there, which is like this long on both sides, and then come back up here and unbolt the headers. And I think this one has to go down and that one can come up. Oh, they're both gonna have to go down, never mind. Ignore my thoughts. By the way, I have no idea what this 302 is out of, and I was just told it's a 302. I don't even know. I seen a video of it running before I bought the car. It could be a flat tappet or it could be a roller. I have no idea. And I don't know Ford numbers, so I don't know how to figure that out. without tearing the whole thing apart. Like, it's not the whole thing. I'd have to pull the intake off to figure it out. But okay, there. Okay, first, before I do anything else, I'm gonna take this AC compressor off. One line is already disconnected, so I don't need to worry about anything being in it. Plus, it's a 66. If there's anything in it, I'd be very, very surprised. Okay. How does this thing hold on? Anybody know? I don't know. I'm not a Ford guy. There's a bolt that's been rounded off. It looks like I gotta take out. That's perfect. There's a missing bolt in this bracket. That's fine. Dummy. This bolt's gonna snap right off. Or maybe not. Oh. Did it break or break loose? It broke. Awesome. think I found the missing bolt. Apparently I already took that out. Part of me is wondering if this is actually 302 or this broken bolt, or if this is still the 289 with some goodies on it. The nut is a 3/8, but one of those bolts, at least one of them, is a 5/16. Why can't they just be the same size? Well, instead, there's 37 sizes to hold one fucking bracket. Let's just make everything difficult, because there's not an easier way. And it's not even tight. Perfect. I know this compressor is no good, but it's rebuildable. I could be wrong, but I don't think you can find those anymore. And if I decide to put AC back in this, I would like to hopefully use that compressor. Otherwise, I got to make something else work. Look at that, we got so much room for activities. Just everything breaks right off. That one bolt that I just broke goes in the water pump there. That other one that I said was missing goes right there, but then I found it laying up here. This is the bolt that is corroded inside, and I can't spin the whole generator around to get it out. So it just kind of dangles there. I'm not going to worry about taking anything else off except for the oil filter there and the headers, and then I'm just going to pluck the whole thing out. I'm going to go under now and take these pipes off. You probably can't see anything, but at least you can hear me make noises. one. You definitely can't see me on this side, but it'll be fine. Oh my. I'm glad I pulled that off. So upon pulling this pipe off on the other side, I found something. Can't see through it at all. See that there? That's fine. Well, motor and transmission is out. Transmission is outside. I went ahead and dropped that out. It was a lot easier just to take the transmission out by itself rather than attached to the engine still. Bell housing is still attached. I didn't really care about that. It was going to clear. So I unhooked everything transmission related, dropped the transmission out, and I didn't record any of that because it was hard to get you guys under there to see. I don't have a lift or anything to put this on, so I got to do it without. So it's hard to get you under there to see, so I just went ahead and did that. I pulled the 2 motor mount bolts, pulled the oil filter, drained the oil. I did all that without showing you guys. And then I bolted this on, the leveler, without showing. I did find, I pulled the nuts off the motor mounts, which is here. There's a nut hole right there, both sides. I pulled the nuts off and this one stayed on the driver's side. This one stayed in there. So this mount was junk. The other side seems to be okay-ish. It's solid. That's probably going to do it for this video. Also, I don't know if you noticed when I was taking this off, I was trying to take the lines off and this was loose. I spun this adapter off by hand. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. We'll patch that floor pan and delete the rest of the wiring in another video. And then, after that, we should be able to see what I have to go in next. That's going to do it. See you next time, guys.